Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's Jared Harris, and this is JH Life Coaching today. And today, everybody, I thought about sharing with all of you today about war versus peace. So, some of you probably have heard of war versus peace and all that stuff, and what it is and all that stuff. Well, today, as a coach, I'm going to teach you guys about what it means to have a heart of war. So what does it mean to have a heart of war? And I'm going to give you an example here. Say, for example, that you were going to a friend's birthday party, and then all of a sudden someone judges you at that party for what you're wearing or how you're looking or how your life is, whether it's your job, your family, or your income, and they tell you that you're not good enough and you're not very famous enough or very smart enough and all that stuff. What feelings are you getting right now that actually comes to when someone talks to you negatively and all that stuff? That's when you start having these top four feelings when you have a heart of war and all that stuff. So many of you probably today are thinking about to yourself that, like, well, Jared, how do I get out of feeling so much out of a heart of war? Well, my title for you today in this video is War versus Peace. So we have a decision in our everyday lives where we want to choose to be at war or be at peace right now. And we all know today that that we live in a world where there's just, war between nations after nations because they want something or something to be negotiated, but it hasn't turned out to be so well and all that the two nations are starting to combat together and starting to fight and argue with one another to get what they actually want. And one nation is trying to defend, one nation is trying to attack and get in there, and then trying to get the supplies, the goods, or the things that they really do want and all that. And that just causes a lot of pride and a lot of arrogance into someone's life, where someone really wants to definitely be living in a heart of war. Because when World War II started, World War II started by someone who had definitely a heart of war and all that. And so when it comes to having a heart of war, it comes to how someone makes us feel in a negative way and all that. Because right here, we focus so much on where we truly want to be a kind and generous and loving person to others who may have not done us any wrong at all. It could be a new friend we're trying to have a good relationship with, or a new coworker to work with, strengthen a relationship with a family member, and also really having a good relationship with ourselves and all that stuff. And for me, I too have struggled a lot in my personal life with lack of forgiveness and all that, and truly knowing how to truly forgive others from what they are currently experiencing, so-called my offenders. And for me, I just realized in my life that forgiving others is definitely a daily practice here, because it's not an easy thing. It's not easy to get out of the heart of war, which is something that is a daily practice that I currently experience every day in my life. Because the truth is that you have to hold on to forgiveness. You have to truly learn how to get out of the heart of war and practice holding on to obtaining peace in your personal life here. So in case if any of you are experiencing a heart of war, I'd like to give you guys this guide right here to follow these steps here. So let's say, for example, for me, I personally have someone at work that I'm trying to forgive as well. And this guy, he looks like he's a drug dealer and all that stuff, but he works at the company that I work for. And I noticed that where I try to coach, he tries to take me away from my calling, from my position that I've been hired for. And I just realized that gets me so angry on the inside. But I do have a choice, though. I could choose to be at war or be at peace, though. And so when I use this tool that my schooling has truly helped me with and helped me to coach me with, to let go of certain feelings of anger and stress and negativity and thoughts of like causing harm to others here, I use this tool to help me to recognize what those feelings are and what I'm currently feeling at the moment. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a scenario here. So in case if you guys are feeling a little bit like you have someone in your life who makes you so-called angry or upset or disappointed or betrayed or really hurt and all that stuff, I like to have you guys follow these 4 guide points here. So you could say, I've been treated badly. I've been treated like garbage, or I've been treated like, or maybe like I'm not good enough, like I'm not worth it and all that stuff. Okay, good. And how does that make you feel? Well, I feel angry, and I put angry right here because that's how I usually feel as a person when I tend to experience more in my life about why I feel so angry about how this person made me feel, why he pulled me away from my calling as a coach when I want to coach others and help them to succeed with their goals in life. And definitely we all do feel angry, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about if you do feel angry when someone hurts you or offends your feelings. But we do have a choice. We do have a choice before I jump over to the heart of peace. And then we think about that person, and then that person is a dickhead. That person is, garbage. Or I don't want to use any inappropriate languages here on this video, but I would just want to say that that this person is not really worth my time to be with, or really trying to be really good and all that stuff. But I don't take that crap anymore. I don't take what this person's opinion is about me, because my mentor John C. Maxwell said that people's opinions about you don't matter. Who gives a crap? Exclamation point. And when he said that made me feel so much better to say that to myself, that and how a person makes me feel and all that stuff. But when I felt betrayed and not called to do my coaching calling, I just think about this world and thinking that this world isn't good enough, that this world is dangerous to live in, that this world is starting to become fearful to be in, and that the movie producers and the directors that have produced certain movies out probably were predicting it to be right, that we are living in a world full of war and not of peace right now. And all these things that when I talk to myself right here as I choose to be in a heart of war, makes me feel so angry. It makes me feel so dark inside and so evil. Like I have to hurt somebody. I have to really go out there in the world today and cause someone to feel hurt to make the world a better place. And of course, many of us do know that hurting someone else or causing harm won't solve anything. It will put me into jail and prison time, and it will damage that person's life even more worse, even though they are my offenders, and I have to choose to forgive them or not to forgive them at all. But the thing that I've actually learned is that always to, take a break, take a deep breath, and let that go. And let go of the feelings of war that are going inside of you. Do a fun activity, watch a funny movie, go out and enjoy the beautiful sunshine weather that we have right now, and go to the park, go see some wildlife or nature. And I also have to take my fishing pole out and take it out with me. But I just recently had a baby, so me and my wife are just trying to make sure that we take care of her first before I can do some my things before I can take her out. But I will eventually get there. But over all these things right here, many of you probably have been felt treated badly, betrayed, and you felt angry, and that person is a piece of garbage, and that the whole world seems to be very dark and scary and very nerve-wracking for all of you and all that stuff. But the real question is, how do we get to war over to peace, from war over to peace? Because we want to have that daily habit, but it's going to be a daily practice for all of us to obtain peace, because every single day we're going to have to face opposition, which means we're going to have to face choices in our lives, whether it's good choices or whether it's bad choices. And that's how we learn and grow as human beings and developing the life that we truly want to have here. So if I were to tell you one of these things right here, that after you've listed and expressed what you have said here in these war versus from the heart of war here, the only thing that I'm going to give you advice here is to get out of here right away. Let it go, put these words off the side, erase them, and just breathe right now, and just breathe right at the moment. Now, some of you are really hoping that, like, you know, what is it that we can do to get back into the heart of peace? So I'm ready to give you some of the tools here that I personally have learned as a person to help each one of you to know how we can obtain a heart of peace, because that is our goal here. So, number one, it's first off to recognize that you are experiencing some tensions and some stress and some automatic negative thoughts coming back from the back of your brainstem that scientists have been teaching many people before, that when stress comes into your mind, it's usually the back of your brain, down the brainstem, where your so-called critter brain actually ignites and all that, where you have to recognize what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts going through your mind? Are you thinking about hurting somebody? Because the truth is, we are already listed the things that are going through the heart of war, and we recognize that, like how we're feeling, how we think about the world, and what we think about the other person. Now, you're actually recognizing what is actually happening right now, that you are actually in the heart of war. So recognize that you are in the heart of war right now, that you're feeling angry, you're feeling upset. You need to take a time out, take a break, get some water, do a fun activity, do something fun for yourself, and really take some time to breathe right now and take a break and all that. The second thing I want to give you a guidance tool here is to let's see here, is to be humble. So what does that mean to be humble? It means that you need some help. It means that you need to surrender all your pride and all your arrogance and all your anger and put it all off to the side, and truly recognizing that that person that I'm angry with, that who offended me, now it isn't the problem anymore. It's me who's having the problem. It's me who's choosing to have those angry feelings come into my life, and I need to deal with them right away, right about now here. And that's when we become more and more humble, by recognizing and then ourselves and our own weaknesses and our own shortcomings. We can't keep blaming the world. We can't keep blaming what the other person has done. We have to worry about ourselves and what choices are we making. Maybe we need to distance ourselves from that friend. Maybe we need to take a break, or maybe we need to change careers or jobs or positions, or talk to the upper employer that's higher above this person that I'm working with, or like maybe a toxic boss, or maybe look for a different position, or work in a different company, or work or go somewhere and all that stuff. Because the truth is to listen to your own heart, and that's something that I'm going to put down here for step number 4. But I don't want to jump ahead right here, because this is something that we tend to forget, that like when we humble ourselves and when we recognize our own weaknesses and all that, we tend to listen to our own intuition right away, like jump to conclusions at the very moment, and make sudden decisions without thinking about it first, or what we need to understand first. But the third step here that I'd like to invite you all of you to do is to have empathy. Now, some of you probably heard that word before, what empathy is. What empathy is that when you seek to understand your offenders, the person who has hurt you, or the person that is making you angry and all that. So let's say, for example, that someone is very happy and very blessed in their life. They got all the money, they got the job position, like being CEO or president of the company that you're working for, and they have worked in the company for a short time. You start comparing yourself to them, and you start understanding, and then you're starting to get yourself back into the heart of war, full of anger and frustration, like comparing yourself to him and her, and what skills that they don't possess and what they don't have. Well, Stop right there. Recognize what you're feeling, that you're inside of a heart of war. Be humble by recognizing your own weaknesses and what you need to work on and improve as a person, and then have empathy for that person. One thing that you could have empathy for that person is that, like, maybe this person needed this job promotion because they are having a family. Maybe they need to make additional income to pay off debt or bills that they're struggling with. Or maybe it's just because of, they set a goal in life and that they worked really hard, and I need to work a little bit harder too next time, and learn from their example and ask them, like, hey, what are some guidance and some tools that you guys can help me out here? And that leads to being humble, and then having a sense of empathy for understanding for that person. And of course, it goes towards the same thing too with people who are probably negative and toxic to you. I had to use this tool so many times in my life to remind myself that, like, okay, so I recognize that this old man is suffering because I saw a few of his kids in their 40s or 50s smoking, doing drugs, drinking alcohol. They have tattoos and all that, and they look at me as a nice, good, clean Christian man with a beautiful wife and a beautiful, healthy baby girl with a good job and all that stuff. And they're comparing me and all that stuff, and I feel sorry for them that they're comparing to me, but that's their choice, and I can't jump in and help them with that. And I have to say, like, I'm sorry that you're feeling that way, but I got to focus on my life and be humble and just focus on working on myself, and then feel sorry for him and hope that he gets the help that he needs and all that stuff. And that really makes me feel a lot better when I choose to recognize when my feelings of anger is present, and then I humble myself by recognizing that, like, well, what do I need to work on? I need to work on taking my deep breaths. I need to work on clearing my mind, getting away from this person, maybe clearing my mind with some other fun activities to do, and then have empathy by recognizing that, that person probably is just having a bad day, or just wished that he can turn back the clock and start all over again and be a really good father with good values that my own family raised me with, and what he has, and that what he wants to develop and all that stuff in this life. And that just really makes me feel better. But even though I can't change people, I am the only person who can change me. And that's the only thing that I can do, is to have empathy for that person and say, I'm sorry that you're having a hard time with your children, but for me as a father right now, I need to take care of my children. I need to worry about myself and the choices that I'm making right now. And that leads to the fourth and final thing for my conclusion here in this a life-changing lesson for war versus peace, is to always go with what your intuition or what your gut feeling is actually telling you to do. For right now, when I think about what I'm feeling at the moment with other people who may be comparing themselves to me, or who may automatically yell at me or get angry with me for no reason, for how my life is and how happy I am and how blessed I am, I just take a deep breath. And I just ask myself, like, okay, what do I need to do? I need to be humble by not taking revenge on that person, getting out of the heart of war and bringing in the heart of peace, by having empathy for that person and saying, like, oh, I feel sorry for that person. He must be having a bad day today, or had a problem with a relationship with family or friends or something. And then also with listening to my intuition. Maybe I should just make eye contact with him and just put a smile on his face more. And just truly, that will probably make his day a little bit better. And just say, hi, how are you doing? Because, I understand that mostly all of us here in America, we want to stay in the heart of war as much as possible because it makes us feel good. And when we stay in the heart of war, it actually makes the world a lot worse than what we're trying to show as an example. Because we want to stay, it's our choice to be in the heart of peace. If we want to stay in the heart of peace, that choice is really up to you. Because choosing to have a heart of peace takes practice. It takes practice to forgive others. It takes practice to understand what others are going through. So my hope to you, all of you today here in this video, is to understand that choosing between war and peace is definitely something that we're going to have to face for the rest of our lives. Because we have to recognize, we have to humble ourselves, we have to be empathetic or not empathetic, and we need to follow our intuition and our gut feeling. Because anybody who wants to live in war don't follow their intuition. They just go what their fears are telling them to do and what their feelings of anger or frustration or stress is telling them to do in their mindset. But the best choice to do is to always recognize that you have to take care of you first. You have to humble yourself by what your own weaknesses and your own struggles are and develop them into strengths. And then have empathy and say, I feel sorry for this person. I hope this person gets the help that he or she needs. And then go with your intuition or go with your gut feeling, what you're feeling to do. Put a smile on someone's face, give them a plate of cookies, or help them rake their yard, or help them bring in their groceries, or give them a thank you card for everything that they've done for you and what they have served you with. Even if they may be your darndest enemies and all that stuff, and it makes you so uncomfortable right now, because the truth is, all this right here is that you want to have peace in your life, and developing peace is a daily practice, and that's not going to be and it could be a habit if you wish to develop it that way, if you live in a really good, safe, home, steady environment, and you keep it that way. But it all takes practice and all that. And my encouragement to all of you today in this video is to really go with peace in your life. And I hope everyone has found value in this video. So please like and subscribe, and place a comment in the comments below here, and type in info if you would like to wish to receive coaching services from me, and I'm here to help you with your health, your finances, your marriage and family life, and also your job or career choice, and also to something that is much greater than what you really want to accomplish in life. So I hope everyone found a lot of value in this video. Please like and share and comment on this video, and I look forward to talking to all of you soon. Take care, everybody.